What's up, guys? I am up here at the Fairhaven boat launch. Got word that there was a few airboats out here over at Munchies, and they broke up some ice. I did just get done flying the drone, so I will put up a video tonight of just what's out here this afternoon overhead for you guys to see. I'll show the damage over off my shoulder here towards Munchies. So you guys can see the damage there. There was a couple lines to the west of the Fairhaven boat launch going back towards New Baltimore that was starting to form. So it looked like it was starting to form a few cracks over that way. There's like a red shack, like an Eskimo flippo near that grassy island over some pretty shallow water. Where he's at is kind of roughly the area where that was at. So hopefully that's not too bad. But I'm pulling up my phone so I can see you guys' questions. I got the iPad this time. Yeah, there's some floating ice out there, Rick. I'm not sure what the airboats were up to and why they went out there. But there's still a few guys, when I had the drone up over there fishing on it, I would have got out of Dodge if I was those guys, though. But what are you going to do? If you guys got questions, post them up down below. I'll try to answer them here. I'll sit here for a little bit before going out just to watch everybody. So guys are starting to take their time coming off. Paul, there is no active rescue going on over here on the north end. I know there were some people saying airboats are out here. The looks of it, those airboats were just going out to go out. I don't know of any rescues. Can't see where anything happened other than just where they drove through, which in tonight's video, you'll be able to see that trail pretty good. Yeah, I'm probably not going to go out there and walk on this, guys. I done did all my stupid walking on ice stuff in my 20s and my teen years. I'm over that. But I get it. I get the enjoyment. Let's see. Yeah, it would suck. Yeah, Joe, I think it is over. I walked out to the point here. You'll see it in the video tonight. I kind of walked out and pour one out for our ice for open water at least. The more I look at the long range forecasts, the less likely I think we're going to have main lake ice again this season. I think we'll have some canal ice and stuff here and there, but I think that's it. Yeah, Detroit River Master, I will have a video up later tonight showing the actual ice out here as of like noon. It's 12:30-ish now, so I was up flying around noon. So that will be as of noon today. I'll have that video up probably around 6, 7 o'clock tonight. I'll try to get up sooner if I can, but usually I get it about that time. Tyson, dude, I used to do this stuff all the time. I get it. A little bit of it's ego, a little bit of, if you don't have nothing else to do, it's just kind of exhilarating, you know, get that adrenaline flowing a little bit for guys. I get it. I just don't do it anymore. I used to. Probably smarter that I don't. I'm a little heavier than I used to be too. So, especially in my 20s, I was like $180 maybe. And maybe I'll get back down there by the end of the year. Fingers crossed on that one. But yeah. But I'll have a video up of the ice conditions out here as of noon today for you guys. I mean, the amazing thing is there's still a handful of guys, but yeah, that are going out on the ice right now. And I just don't think it's smart for these guys to be out here doing this. But we do live in a free society, free country still. They're trying really hard to not let it be that way anymore. I mean, if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world politics right now, and your head's in the sand. But that's not what we're here for, though. I am contemplating putting the boat in the water on Thursday, so we have enough warm nights after that point. I got a few ideas of some areas that I'd like to go check out, and maybe I'll get lucky and run into them. I don't know. I might do it, I might not. I'm leaning towards yes. Yeah, if you've never been out here, Tyson, this is not a place to, especially this time of year, a place to go learn how to read ice and get out there and see stuff. You're better off just not going out unless you're going with guys that know what they're doing really, really well. So, but hey, we'll have the boats in really soon. I think I got a Helix 5 somewhere in my basement too. I've been trying to get rid of. I gotta look, see if I don't even remember if I sold it or not. If I do, I'll have to post it up. I did get rid of a lot of stuff to one of the local shops. Yeah, you can't launch at Crocker. I think there's still too much ice in there. And then Metro still got too much ice in the back. But you can launch at Harley and then drive wherever you need to go. So, yeah, Derek, I don't think Linden will be very good this weekend either with this weather we got. In fact, it's raining Friday here locally. I'm not sure about up at Linden if it's raining up there, but it will be locally here. The only thing I was hoping this winter was going to be, because last year wasn't the greatest either. I think we had a week or two more though. And last year it's about the same as last year maybe, but usually after a bad year, we get some really good years, and it just didn't happen this time. Putting parking brake on, because modern cars like to shut off after a minute. I think we're going to get some guys out walleye jigging early. I've already been in contact. As long as the weather, because I don't have a garage for my boat, so I got to leave it out. But if we can get some warm nights where it doesn't go below freezing consistently, I'll probably run out to Port Huron and start fishing up there. See if we can get a mixed bag up there. The wind is coming from a fairly bad direction up here for this ice, but it's still really, really weak. So that's good. Yeah, what was it, Sunday? I ran and got recharge kits for my life jackets, because I got those inflatable ones. It was due for a new kit in those. Gotta get some new flares because those expired at the end of the year this year. Get those in the boat before I go fishing, since we gotta have those out here. So I got that to do. I'm trying to find some on clearance that were like maybe a year old. Get 2 years out of them, but not pay nearly full price. So Detroit River Master, was that Detroit River or was that St. Clair River that you saw no ice flowing down? I'm guessing Clair River really doesn't have any. I haven't seen any when I've been out in that area, so. Yeah, Steven, I'm getting the itch to go up north, Port Huron there, and see if we can get some Atlantic, some steelhead, maybe a couple coho, maybe a lake trout or whitefish. Hopefully a few walleye, but Kevin, spring bass fishing really isn't affected by ice coverage at all. The ice coverage will actually probably affect the perch spawn and the walleye spawn. There's been some studies that they tend to need better ice coverage and then to lose it, because I know perch will actually spawn underneath the ice, not on the ice, but underneath the ice on green weed beds. And that usually helps protect those eggs till they get to that larval stage. And I know there's a study, I think it was Ohio DNR put it out. The hatches are best normally when there's really good ice coverage out there on the reef complexes, regardless if there's ice on the reef when they spawn. It's just those years tend not to have a lot of sediment built up in the water by the time these walleyes start to spawn. I did hear supposedly a fish or two were caught in the Maumee River already, so if you ever done that fishing, that's a fun one. I grew up doing it. I haven't done it in a lot of years though. I wouldn't expect the lack of ice to affect smallmouth, honestly. You know, in terms of spawn, because they're not spawning until it's like 55, so it really doesn't dictate too much. If the water warms up, they'll do their thing. Light penetration plays a bigger role in spawns than water temp for these early, for walleye and yellow perch, these early spawners. Northern pike as well. Light penetration plays a big role. Those are broadcast spawners. When you're talking to fish that bed, crappie, sunfish, your bass, bad winters really don't affect it. Yeah, in terms of walleye, Detroit, you are definitely right that, you know, what we're seeing for walleye is from those polar vortex years and a few other ones after that too that were pretty solid. Yeah, there's probably guys walking planks to get out if they're out fishing out in the Irish Hills, Jackson area. Would not be shocked to see that at all. Yeah, the smallmouth population on St. Clair is extremely healthy. The year class distribution is really good. The size class distribution is actually in a more healthy place now. We had a point, what was it, 6-7 years ago, where we were very top heavy with a lot of really large fish. And we had a couple little gaps in there, but now that's kind of settled down. And your age structure is what you want to see in a really healthy population out here. There's a lot of 3-pounders. There's a lot of 4-pounders. The fives are getting a little rarer than what they were, 5-6 years ago. But it's just that population structure kind of stabilizing a bit. From what I've in the tagging studies and the netting that the DNR put out, that should be coming out soon. I want to say it's like late February, early March that they start sending those reports out. So I'll be curious to see, because they have some acoustic tag data they're going to start getting on bass, perch, walleye, and muskie. So it will be interesting to check that out and see what they're seeing from that data. I know in the jaw tag studies, the Anchor Bay fish were the Anchor Bay fish, the Mile Road fish were the Mile Road fish, the Canadian fish were the Canadian fish. There wasn't a ton of crossover. So when like Anchor Bay was down for a few years, partly because of food source, partly because of tournament pressure, those fish just got a little tougher to catch up there. They were still there, just they were not the quality of fish that the Mile Roads or the Canadian side had. And last year, you saw Anchor Bay really get good. Saw signs of it coming around last year as well. I just figured I'd get up here really quick and just kind of let you guys know that it is starting to show some signs up here of it deteriorating and starting to get some cracks forming. If we get the wrong wind, this will go south in a hurry. In fact, it's going to take a south wind to do that as well, to get this out of here. Or a north blow to blow it out. A really bad south wind will get it rolling and break it up. So an east and a west wind really is not going to hurt that ice we got here at Fairhaven right now. But the far east end of this ice is open to the elements now. It's not locked in anymore. So it's been a steady flow of guys coming off the lake. I've only talked to a handful that had really good success today. Most guys caught fish, but not a ton. Detroit, I don't think we even hit 5% this year in the Great Lakes freezing. I know Superior had a lot of wind this year up there, so it kept it from freezing, even though they had the cold weather. Lake Michigan didn't have really any ice when I've been over there for work, other than like the spray ice stuff, and same thing with Huron, just spray ice. I mean, Saginaw Bay had some coverage, Georgian Bay had some coverage, Bay de Noc had some coverage, but the main bodies of the Great Lakes didn't really have anything. I mean, Erie had some, but it wasn't that great. Yeah, that'd be a fun trip, Steven, to go up there and chase coho and lake trout and whitefish up there. But I will say this. I know a lot of guys make a big deal about that coho bite over in St. Joe's. And it is a really good bite in the spring. And that's going to be happening early like it did last year. I want to say that was mid-February. That kicked off really good. We have some similar conditions in the forecast to possibly make that happen again coming up. But don't overlook this east side of Lake Huron, the lower stretch, mainly off that thumb. The coho have been doing really good, and that bite's getting better and better. I think Michigan Outdoors, might have been Michigan Outdoors I've seen on YouTube, did a video out there this spring, and they caught a fair decent amount of fish. You don't need to have a big boat. You can be in a small 16-footer or out in a kayak and go out and actually catch those coho in the springtime. So if you don't want to, say it's a weekend and you want to fight with Detroit River guys, St. Clair River guys, that same time that walleye bite's going, that Lexington thumb all the way up to Grindstone, you're going to find coho and some Lakers and that out in right near shore, actually. But that bite's getting better and better every year. So we're expecting another really good year of that. You guys got questions, throw them down in the comments. I'll answer as best I can. I will have drone footage up tonight on the channel. I just got to edit it for you guys. Just had a seaplane buzz through here, like really low, like 80, 90 feet up. See if I can rotate it. There's a seaplane, just buzzed us here really tight. But yeah, not sure who that is in a seaplane, but yeah, somebody decided to buzz us out here. It's a little better. No, that's still crappy. And too much sunshine today for the camera, but even with the tinted windows. Yeah, it's a steady flow of guys coming off. I've seen a few guys go out. If I knew or had a chance to grab them before they went out, I did say something to them about that south or that far west end and the far east end, just so they knew what was going on. So, Sappy Siggy, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm gonna possibly be fishing the Clinton River mouth on Thursday, I'm thinking. Joe, I don't know if the concentration of the fish in the springtime is like they're group tight enough to jig. I know they usually pull like orange or brightly colored crankbaits, just like you would for like walleye, the same kind of program. It's not super hard. Steven, when it comes to live scope or live imaging, I personally am running Humminbird. Right at the end of the season, Humminbird did a massive software update on our units, and it has improved their live immensely. Now, with that said, I would still give the edge to Garmin currently. I don't recommend anybody buy Lowrance. Their customer service has been atrocious. I did run Lowrance for a little bit on my boat to give them another shot, and just I didn't like how it displayed information, the way it looked, and just the functioning of it. So I went back to Humminbird, something I grew up using. Garmin and Humminbird are your two best units. If you are a guy that doesn't want to rely on live scope 24/7, the side imaging and the 360 from Humminbird is incredible for chasing bass and panfish and even walleye out here. But yeah, either Garmin or Humminbird, you're good with those two brands, in my opinion. Yeah, as Steven said, orange Fire Tiger, those bright colors. For that spring coho run, I know everybody on the west side that I sell lures for, you know, thin fish, jointed Rapalas, stick baits, bombers, they all run oranges of any kind. If it's got orange on it, you fish it. Fire Tigers, which got orange on it, it catches fish for these coho. If you're watching this and you're on your way coming off the ice, feel free. I'll put you on camera. We'll chat. We'll hear about your day. If you're out here, feel free to swing by the truck. I'm right here at the boat launch still. You know what? I'm looking now. It looks like a sliver of ice just broke off out on the outer edge, and it's floating off now. But everybody that I talk to, I know really well, that's come off, has said this stuff's getting soft out here, and it's only going to get softer with this sun. We got a lot of sun. I mean, there is absolutely no cloud cover out here today. Richard, I'm not sure if the canals are open up on Harson's yet. I did see some pictures on one of the Facebook groups. Some guys took some little rib boats or like dinghies, and they parked it up on the ice and was fishing in Muscatine in shacks. So that has some more current. So we'll see how that does. It's not really something we talk about too much because it takes a lot of effort to get there. Do I have a date in mind at this point when you think we'll be able to get our boats in the river? I'm waiting for my cut to unfreeze. I'm planning on early spring. Detroit, that's going to come down to you and your boat. If you don't have a glitter rig and you're not worried about bumping into some icebergs, I wouldn't be shocked to see guys out there. I've done it. I don't suggest it to people. It's not the smartest thing to do sometimes. But with the amount of ice cover we had this year, I don't think floating icebergs are going to be really much of an issue this year, like it has been in years past. So, I mean, I'm planning on putting my boat in, I'm thinking Thursday. As long as work plays nice, I'm thinking I'm going to put the boat in Thursday and go see if I can hang some rock bass or some perch. When it comes to jigging, I'm going to wait a little bit longer just because I know the sun drives those walleye movements to the rivers more than the water temperature. Both play a part, but that sun angle is more important than that water temp at the early stage of the run. Yeah, Steven, I used to dodge icebergs in a 16-foot canoe and a 3.5 horse Nissan. Did some dumb stuff, but I could drive from the Metro Park at Lake Erie Metro Park and then get over to Airport Bay and the hole in the wall and fish that for perch. I did that. It was dumb, but I did it. Still seeing a few guys dragging stuff out. Yeah, we had another sliver break off out here while I was sitting here talking to you guys. This just happened. There's lines in that ice that are going to be the weak point, and it's going to fragment off little by little. Yeah, jigging's a little more fun. You're always doing something. When you're trolling, it just gets boring, especially if the bite's not hot or you don't have a talkative group with you in the boat to be entertaining. You know, it's not the funnest sometimes. It gets old. When I worked on charter boats, I hated trolling, is what it is. But I learned quick I was not built for that kind of work, unfortunately. Could I do it? Yes. It was just more of dealing with the people. I don't mean that wrong. It just, yeah. Wasn't for me. So I decided to go a different path to making a career in this industry. So yeah, spring crank speeds is half mile an hour to 3/4 of a mile sometimes. I know there's an area off the Banana Dike you can go take bombers and long line them and just crawl them at like 0.3, 0.5. Those old bombers, see if I can turn a little bit here. Get this sun glare off of my camera here for you guys. But if you can get some of those old school bombers, you can really slow those down and drag them really slow. And they got an interesting, you know, tail kick. They just kind of sway back and forth. This may not have improved it, actually. May have made it worse. We might have been all right. Yeah, I got a little better. That's a little better image. Plus now it's straight out in front of me here. There's still a group over out in front of the raft, or over off to the left of the raft where Munchies is. There's still a handful of guys over there. I can see them from here. They're over a mile away from here though. But if I was those guys, I wouldn't be on this water right now. I'd be off that ice after those airboats came through. I think that's going to do it for this, guys, for this live stream. I will definitely put up a video of the drone footage that I got out here this afternoon, just so you guys can see where it's at. I know a few of you guys are probably going to come out tomorrow and fish. I wouldn't be shocked to see it, but definitely remember that 9, 10 o'clock rule. If we get below freezing, should stiffen it up a little bit to allow us to get one more morning, but it's going to be iffy. Use your heads. Make sure you guys got all your safety gear, your spuds, your hand spikes. Don't come out here solo. Have a buddy with you. Stay a certain distance apart from each other. Have something you can throw to somebody if they went through and they can't get themselves back and up and out. So, but I think it's going to do it for this live stream, guys. I'll get that video up. I'm going to keep repeating myself. I'm terrible at finishing live streams sometimes, but yeah. I'll get that video tonight for you guys. I do got a whole bunch of shorts scheduled for the channel. So if you guys could like those, check those YouTube shorts out. A lot of it's going to be from past videos. Since YouTube shorts are fairly new and I haven't really done much with them. I went through yesterday and the day before and made a whole bunch. And I got like a whole month's worth already up on the channel. They're going to go live every day. There's going to be one going live. So I appreciate if you guys watch those, give them thumbs up, likes, share them around if you enjoy them. Leave comments on them, good, bad, it's the internet. I don't care. So thanks for the views. But yeah, I'll get that video up for you guys and we'll see you guys next time. There'll be more videos coming. Hopefully a fishing video if I get out on Thursday. Later.